Face the wall.
You're sick, Ferguson. You don't give a damn about that note. She told you where it is. Ferguson!
No, Don, it doesn't matter.
Here.
Oh, Lawson, you could have saved us all that trouble. You're on a trafficking charge. Pity. Because you've got guts. More than I can say about your spineless friend here.
Oh, I know, Ferguson. I'm going to get you. One way or another, I'll get you. And when I get out of here, you had better be looking over your shoulder. Because I'm coming after you.
Only 3. Surprised. Oh, that's better. Now, do we say anything or just get down to it? Come on, ladies. Speak up. I can guess who you are. Smith. Gaffney. Lawson. Fields.
Get up, you bitch! Get up!
Keep your distance or I'll break her neck.
For God's sake, David, we can't risk Pele. Shut up.
Right, now, in case you lot have any other fancy ideas, just remember that your little friend will be dead before you lay a finger on me. Now, you must think you're so smart to set this up. Now, just stay right where you are, and that goes for you too. Because killing you means nothing to me. In fact, one less of you bastards would suit me fine. Right, now you. Here, unlock the gate. Come on, or I start pulling. Right? Open the gate and your little friend lives. Right? Fields, where's Smith?
I don't know, Miss...
Answer me, where the hell is Smith?
I don't know, Miss Ferguson, honestly. Perhaps she's at breakfast. I was just going myself.
Well, go. Bitch.
Have you just activated the alarm?
I certainly did.
Oh, what's happened?
I was attacked on the staircase.
Oh, who was it?
They. 5 of them, masked.
Well, do you have any idea who
Well, I
they were?
can't be sure, but it certainly had the look of Smith's doing. Latham and
Listen,
Gaffney
that
were there too,
corridor
I
was pretty
swear.
bad. You should have it seen to.
Take your Smith and a mob to put me in the infirmary.
Well, come on, let's not stand here. Let's find them.
Hey, Paddy! Listen, we cannot have these pajama parties any longer. Slipping in at all hours of the morning is making the neighbours complain.
Your attention now. A short time ago, Officer Ferguson was attacked by a group of prisoners. Masked prisoners. Now, I don't think it's stretching the imagination to believe that those responsible are here in this room. And I want them to step forward immediately. I think it's only fair to warn you that we have a pretty good idea of who the offenders are.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if all leads find their way to your door, Smith.
Miss Ferguson, I think you should have that bruising looked at. I'll cope here. Okay, ladies. Since no one wants to own up, you'll all have to be punished. From now on, no privilege is available at all. You'll be returned to your cells immediately. Those who have had breakfast, consider yourselves lucky. You'll all be questioned individually, so try and make your stories sound. Take them back to their cells.
Not that I really need to ask, but are you not involved in this?
What are you talking about, Kate?
I should break up on me, girlie. I'm too old and I'm too big. Why you just stumbled into the dining room? That's what I am talking about. It'd be Einstein to work out you'd been up to something. Now I want to know exactly what it is.
Yeah, well, a group of us jumped Ferguson, like Pal said, and trapped her on the stairwell.
Well, what for? Why you? Why were you involved?
For every damn reason you like to think of. Well, that body search last night did it. I don't care what we all done to get in here. Nobody ought to be humiliated like that.
Well, that's just great. Why the bloody hell didn't you do the job properly? You heard her mouthing off back there, calling me the ringleader. Now she's going to be on my back more than ever.
Sounds to me like you're just being selfish.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
You're so bloody tied up with your own parole you'd let Ferguson walk all over you. Well, some of us aren't that lucky, Bea, and we don't like being criticised for trying to do something about her.
All right, shut up, Latham. Goes for everyone. Now stop dragging your feet and move it.
Morning.
Hello, Meg.
How are things?
Not too good, I'm afraid.
That sounds ominous. What's happened?
Well, that depends on how you view a group of masked prisoners trying to rearrange Ferguson's features.
Well, that's just the sort of start to the day we need.
Yes. She's managed to scrape through it with only a few bumps, though.
She any idea who attacked her?
Ah, convinced it's Smith.
But you're not.
Hard to tell what Smith might do if the mood took her, but this isn't her style. May have been once, but parole means far too much for her to risk it on a stupid stunt like this.
And yet you say that Joan is convinced.
Yeah. Well, that's the other problem, isn't it? Her attitude. It worries me.
Yes, I agree with you. Mind you, if Bea was involved, I don't think Joan would have been quite so lucky.
No, damn sure she wouldn't have been. But we can hardly use that after this morning's little charade. She will just make it much tougher. Here, Meg, will you phone the hospital about Lizzie? Numbers there. I better get on with these reports.
Well, I hope there's better news. She wasn't responding to treatment last time I called.
No, look, I think we should collect her belongings from a cell and store them until she returns.
I'll do it straight after this call.
Oh, look, don't worry. I'll do that as soon as I finish here.
I knew you couldn't stay mad at me. Well, I'll be leaving in about 10 minutes after the morning heart starter. Well, how about I meet you there in an hour?
An hour? Oh, why do we have to make it so early? Can't I come round after lunch?
Well, I thought you were interested in seeing the sort of work I do.
I am. It's just that I'm still a bit tired from the trip, I guess. Anyway, you know how poorly I functioned before midday?
Really? I seem to remember you functioned beautifully. In fact, there are several of your functions that I would like to discuss with you. Maybe we could take a shower together and talk about it.
Ah, bloody hell, is there only yogurt for breakfast?
Why don't you slip into something comfortable and come round?
Okay, I'll be there as soon as I can find something suitable to wear.
Right. See you there. Bye.
Speaking of functions, how's a person supposed to function without any food in the place? Anyone would reckon old Mother Hubbard lived here.
Maxie, I suggest if you don't like the way the shelves in the larder look, you do the shopping yourself. You've certainly got the time. And while we're on the subject, I feel it's about time the sound of your money was rolling round in the communal pot. Catching my drift, Maxie?
All right, Smith, tell me again. What were your movements between getting up this morning and breakfast?
I'll only have to disappoint you again, Mrs. Powell. It was a normal, boring, routine day. A usual rising, followed by a faster than usual shower, followed by a routine stroll down the corridor to the dining room, where I remained until this fiasco...
Yes, you've made your point.
Besides, you can bet your life if I had been involved, Ferguson would not be walking around talking about it.
And you, Lawson?
Well, like I said before, Mrs. Powell, cleaned the cell up, had a shower, then I went down to the dining room. I was just having a quiet chat with some of the other women when all this happened.
Okay, that'll be all for the moment. Miss Ferguson.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Just calm down, Smith. We're clearing Lizzie's things away until she gets back.
From what I hear,
You might as well move someone in here permanently.
What's it supposed to mean?
Oh, I'm sorry, Smith. I can't elaborate. You know how these things are.
Morning.
Oh, good afternoon.
Oh, come on, it's not that late.
Yeah, it's not that bloody early either.
Yeah, sorry. I had a bit of trouble when I left here yesterday.
Oh, what happened?
Well, let's just say Melissa arrived round at my place and Maxie put a foot in it.
Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Anyway, that was yesterday. What happened today?
Yeah, well, it took a very long phone call before Melissa understood just what the situation is.
Why, didn't she believe you?
Yeah, of course, but you know what Maxie's like.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll work through my lunch break tomorrow to make up for it, okay?
Tomorrow? Oh, Tony, I really need help today.
Yeah, well, Mel's coming over to look at the house. You don't mind, do you? She's interested in my work, that's all.
Yeah, I don't mind. Just tell her not to gawk at everybody, okay?
Oh, she won't do that.
I know. Well, come on, I need some help here.
Colleen, I'm really worried for Bea. She's so upset about Lizzie. In fact, I've never seen her so depressed.
Well, she's not the only one. I nearly went looking for her myself this morning. Put her on kitchen duty. Then I remembered.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ring Judy Bryant and see if she can give her a job.
I thought you didn't want to work there.
So I know, but she hasn't got much choice. I mean, her parole's coming up soon and something's got to be finalised.
Yes, well, as long as you can make her see that.
Yes, I know what you mean. In her present state of mind, I wouldn't be able to convince her that night follows day.
I'll leave you to it.
Hello? Tony. Meg Morris here. No, I'm fine, thanks. Look, I'll come straight to the point.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it sounds good to me. And I know Judy's mentioned it more than once. But when's it all to happen?
Well, yesterday, if you know what I mean. Well, with her parole application so close, something's got to be done.
Well, it's an interesting prospect. I don't reckon there'd be too much trouble. Oh, look, Mrs. Morris, somebody's just come in. I'll pass you over to Judy. Good luck with the B. Smith thing.
Hello, Mrs. Morris. No, he didn't tell me what's happening. What's the problem?
Well, it's Bea. Parole's coming up soon. She still hasn't got a job.
Well, why doesn't she come and work here?
You knew what I was ringing about, didn't you?
Yeah, of course I did. Got to keep one step ahead of the screws, eh? Look, you tell her that she better take the job or else I'll, well, you know what I'll do.
Okay, Judy. Thanks for your support. I'll keep you posted. Bye.
Hey, Bea, where you been? Any news about Lizzie?
To the toot, and no news worth listening to.
What did you get onto the hospital?
No, Mrs. M did. Doctors aren't too pleased. There's been no change in Lizzie's condition, so work it out for yourself.
Poor old bitch.
There's only one bitch in this place, and that's Ferguson. And she's got so much to answer for, and by God, one of these days.
Yeah, you're damn right. Oh, she another tough old bastard. That's what really scares me.
Well, we got to do something.
Well, where were you this morning, sweetie, or have you forgotten already?
Yeah, well, okay, so we ballsed it up. There's no reason not to try again.
It's a bloody good reason for me not to try it again.
That's crazy talk, Margot. We got to do something.
Not when it means staying in one piece, we don't.
Now, listen here, cloth ears. As long as she stays in this prison, life remains as it is.
Oh, rubbish. It's going to get worse.
They're right, Margot. So today didn't work.
Considering you nearly got killed this morning, I'd say that's the understatement of the year.
So today didn't work. There'll be other days. Next time we do it, we'll do it right.
I tell you what, girlies, you send me a telegram when you've topped her, I'll send a wreath.
What's the matter with you, Margot? You getting long in the tooth or something?
Listen, you lot. Can't you understand that today we all had a lucky break? Ferguson is a psycho. Next time we won't all be so lucky, so include me out.
Hey, can I have a word with you?
Yeah, sure. Hey, it's not about Lizzie, is it?
No, it's about you. Let's talk in the corridor.
What is it?
I rang Judy at Driscoll House, and the job is yours. Now, I know you weren't interested earlier, but you do realise that the circumstances are a little different now. Well, what do you say?
Sure, why not? At least I have a prospective employer that Ferguson can't scare off.
Yes. Well, I'll let Judy know.
Mrs. Morris.
Yes.
This won't stop her, you know. She'll try anything. Did you hear about coffee last night?
Yes, well, Miss Ferguson is correct, Bea. There is a rule.
Oh, yes, I know there is. I'm sure there's also a rule about body searches, too.
Body searches?
Didn't you hear about that? No, I'm not surprised. That was the second visit for the night. And Mrs. Morris, I reckon I've seen it all. But Ferguson's particular brand of body search is one of the sickest things I have ever seen. Do you want me to go on?
Well, what'd you think?
Oh, it's very interesting. Tony was always going on about this cause at uni, so it's, well, interesting to see him practicing what he preached. I know I couldn't. Still, it's work someone has to do, isn't that right?
Tony, would you give me a hand with this? I'd like to get it finished before you go home.
G'day, gang. How's it going?
This is a social visit or otherwise?
Nah, I just got bored at the flat. Anyway, I wanted to tell Mr. Berman here that I have been off me bum today and the kitchen's now full of goodies. All legit. I also got the urge to cook some grub for tonight, Italian style. Should be ready for you when you get home tonight.
Great. Look, that could be a little bit difficult. How would you like to go to the pictures tonight, Maxie? Instead of the meal?
Yeah, great. Anyway, wog food isn't exactly my specialty. What are we going to see?
No, you don't understand. I'd already arranged to have dinner with Melissa tonight at the flat. So I thought you might appreciate a night out with the stars.
Yeah. I know. Alone.
My shout. After all, you must have spent most of your dole money on the food. Well, deal?
Deal. See you back at the flat.
Yeah.
Colleen, do you know anything about this body search that Joan organised last night?
Only what she put in a report, why?
I've just been talking to Bea.
Oh, listen, that could explain it.
Explain what?
Smith's remark about having a visitor during the night.
Something has got to be done about this. No one should be subjected to such humiliation. I mean, what are we going to do about it?
Nothing. Joan always acts within the regulations. The frustrating thing is she can always find some bloody clause to justify her actions.
Well, I just hope Bea can bend her head to the storm and ride it out.
Look, if Smith gets her parole, it's going to be through merit, not to spite Ferguson. I'm just sick to death of the whole thing.
Look, just do me a favour and keep an eye on her, will you?
Well, that you can be sure of.
Smith, this filter's disgusting. Looks like it hasn't been cleaned for months. I want you to clean it. That doesn't mean the rest of you can stop working. You don't mind, do you, Smith?
Not a bit, Miss Ferguson.
Good. Because I've got a few more jobs like that for you to do. When you finish that one, of course.
I'll leave it be. We'll do it.
No way. Can't you see that's what she wants? You do it, I get nailed for insubordination. Thanks, but no thanks. I'll do the job myself.
Washed in one, and then anything else that can go straight onto the racks to sell. And then stuff that you don't think we can sell, we might just give to the brotherhood or something like that, and they might be able to do something with it. See, that's no good. That's Maxine! Haven't you got something better to do?
Well, I thought I had, but it seems Tony's made other plans.
Melissa, huh?
You got it in one.
Listen, honey. Would you like a bit of friendly advice?
No, I don't suppose that'll stop you.
It's just that I don't think you should go about throwing yourself at Tony all the time.
Who's throwing themselves?
You are.
Ah, bull. Are you accusing me of trying to get Tony into the cot?
Spot on.
Oh, Jude, you gotta stop watching the telly. Your imagination's running away with you.
Really?
Really. What I'm trying to do is stop him from making a fool of himself over Shirley Temple. Stuck-up trendy.
Well, that's a stuck-up trendy that Tony happens to like very much. Now, he has to live his own life and make his own decisions about everything. You do yourself no good by carrying on the way you are, honey. And anyway, you're only going to get hurt.
So what's new? Bugger it, I'm going to the flicks.
Thought you were here, Smith. Why haven't you cleaned the toilet block like I told you?
I did.
Not good enough, Smith. Do it again tomorrow.
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
They tell me you're going to work at Driscoll House. Helping all the dropouts, I suppose. What you could possibly do with all those drug addicts is beyond me. You weren't much help to Donna Mason, were you, Smith? Or your own daughter, for that matter. Is that why you became so attached to Mason? Because she reminded you of your own daughter? Debbie, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right. Debbie and Donna. They have a nice ring together, don't they? Drug addict, your daughter, wasn't she? How did she make the money for her daily fix, Smith? Did she sell pencils on the street corner? Or did she sell herself?
You filthy bitch! You filthy, stinking, sadistic bitch! My daughter was a terrified child when she died. A child of 16. And I am not going to stand here and listen to you degrade her memory.
Get out, Lawson.
No.
You get out or else.
No, I'm not leaving you here with B.
Now, you listen to me, you little piece of trash. I can get enough on you to keep you in here forever. Now, you move out or I'll drop the bucket on you.
You don't be! What?
Oh, it's too late for that now, Lawson. The fact that Smith intended to strike an officer is enough to bring a charge. And also the fact that I have another staff witness.
Get yourself dressed properly, Smith. You'll see the governor later. Miss Ferguson, a word with you.
Well, that should put paid to Smith's parole.
No, it won't. Because no one will hear about it.
What? You can't be serious. You saw her attempt to strike me.
Strike you. If you're thinking of writing a report on this incident, I think you'd better know. I didn't hear nor witness anything. Hope I make myself clear. So, as soon as I heard that, I entered the cell and saw Lawson holding Smith back.
And what was Ferguson doing?
Nothing. Just standing there, smiling. Though I think it's pretty obvious what she was hoping for.
But why? What could she possibly hope to gain by Smith losing her parole?
I have no idea. She just seemed so determined. Well, why else would she insist that Smith was part of the attack on her earlier today?
We don't believe she was.
Normally, I could think that, but no, not now. She's got too much to lose.
I agree. So it seems we have a serious case of victimization.
Don't think there's any doubt. Mrs. Davidson, I would like to clear up one point. Most of us have scars through our dealings with Smith. And I think we could be forgiven if we hope that her kind never got released. But I'd hate to see her recommended for parole just to spite Joan Ferguson.
Thank you, Mrs. Powell. I take your point, and I assure you that will not happen.
So, what about Ferguson?
Well, strictly speaking, she is acting within the rules, and I don't want to accuse her of any misdemeanor. That would be a surefire recipe for industrial action, wouldn't you agree?
Yes, certainly.
Good. Could you fetch Smith for me now, please?
Come on in. There's no place like home. Have a seat.
Thanks. Very cozy.
It gets cozier after a drink or two. Would you like one?
Please.
Anything in particular?
As long as it's wet and alcoholic, I really don't mind.
There's a few pieces of veal in the fridge. I thought I might whip them into something exotic. God, you're beautiful. I suppose a night of torrid passion's out of the question.
Got enough food for breakfast?
I'll peel the grapes.
Driscoll House, Judy Bryant speaking.
Oh, my name's McKendry, Miss Bryant. I'm with the Belmont Drug Referral Centre.
Oh, sure. What can I do for you?
Well, I've got a young woman here who's up on a possession charge. Her name's Sarah Hamilton, and she's due in court tomorrow.
Well, what's the problem?
Well, Sarah's in a very emotional state at the moment, and I'd like to recommend to the court that she be sent to you rather than go to prison.
Yeah, well, that's a good idea. Is she an addict?
No, definitely not. But she has been under some strain lately, and I think she'd benefit by some time at Driscoll House. So I was wondering if you could come over here and meet her.
Well, I'm afraid that's impossible at the moment. I'm the only one here. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'll just finish up a few things and I'll be right there. Yeah, I know the address. Bye.
Well, Smith, it seems the road to the parole meeting is getting rather bumpy.
Look, Mrs. Davidson, you know me. If I've been playing funny buggers, fair enough. I'll cop it sweet, but this isn't fair. I didn't do anything.
I wouldn't worry about it if I were you.
With all
Smith.
due respect, you're not up for parole.
Mrs. Powell and I both agree that you should spend some time upstairs.
Oh, I see. No chance to say anything. Just shoved up into solitary.
I don't think you understand, Smith.
Look, Mrs. Davidson, I didn't touch her. I had nothing to do with this morning's effort. I didn't get a chance to thump her.
Smith, I don't know what you're talking about, but I assure you there has been no report, either verbally or written, accusing you of striking or attempting to strike an officer. Now, before you misconstrue anything else, I would like to explain. You are not being sent to solitary, but to isolation. We just thought that you might appreciate a little peace and quiet. It's only right that when you walk through that door, you should have a fair chance. Mrs. Powell?
Thanks, Mrs. Davidson.
I wish I could just wake up and find it was only a bad dream. Just put a full stop to everything.
Now, don't you think you're being a bit negative?
Do you think so?
Yes.
I don't. The legal position's quite clear.
Sarah's a law student.
Not any longer, no point, is there? Conviction would ruin any hope of a law career. What a bloody mess. Look, I know your name's Judy Bryant, but who do you represent?
Well, I run a place called Driscoll House. It's a halfway house for ex-criminals and troubled souls. There's a good chance, Sarah, that you could end up there on remand rather than go to jail.
Oh, it sounds charming.
Jail, a halfway house. I don't think you've really got a great deal of choice. I've suggested to Judy that she attend the hearing, and she's agreed.
All right.
I can offer you a spare bed tonight. It's warm and there are no bugs. What do you think?
I suppose.
G'day, team. What's going on? Power strike or something? It's better.
I thought you were going to the pictures.
I did, but it was boring, so I left.
Have you eaten?
No?
Well, there's some leftovers over there on the stove. Why don't you heat them up? How about you and me take this into my room and finish it off, eh?
Great idea. Oh, wouldn't do that if I was you. Last bird that went in there with him was never seen again.
Is that right? You must tell me all about it, Maxine. Over breakfast.
Yeah. Okay, Judy, yeah. No, it's all right, I understand, yeah. I'll be there before you hang up the phone, okay? Right. No, I've got to push off. Judy's got somebody new at the halfway house she wants me to meet. How about we meet for lunch?
Fine. Where and when?
Oh, about 12:30. You can decide where.
Okay. I'll give you a call later.
Fine.
Oh, sorry. My hands are clammy.
Well, the way to fix that is to wipe them with newspaper. That way you can clean up while you're looking through the situation's vacant column. You catching my drift, Maxie?
Real bundle of laughs, our Tone. How long you known him?
Oh, we used to go to uni together. We didn't do the same course, but we shared common interests. We still do. Actually, I'm really very fond of him.
Yeah? How long are you hanging around?
That could be a bit of a problem, really. I have a strong possibility of picking up a job in Sydney.
Yeah, so what's the problem?
Trying to convince Tony to give up this good Samaritan business of his and come with me. Actually, we talked about it last night. He said he was intending to do exactly that.
Really? Didn't think you two had much time for talking last night.
We managed.
Morning, Colleen.
Morning, Meg. I think you'll be pleased to know that the score is now Ferguson 1, Wentworth 1.
Sorry?
Morning, Joan.
Yes. Good morning.
Check the roster, will you? I'd like you and Barfield to look after H&D block from today.
I see. Well, I better get moving. I want to see B as soon as possible. Called in to see how Lizzie was this morning.
How is she?
Not very well, I'm afraid. She was delirious all night, calling out to B.
Oh, well, look, if you want to speak to Smith, you'll find her in isolation.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
This is Sarah Hamilton.
Tony Berman. Hello. Hi.
Well, I'll let you take over now. I better check up on Denise, see what she's up to.
Okay.
See you later, Sarah.
Okay.
So, let's talk. I'll tell you what I know. You're on a charge for illegal possession of drugs, and you're a law student. Your turn.
Where would you like me to start?
Anywhere you like. Do you have any friends? Boyfriend, girlfriend, anyone you're close to?
Alan did.
And what does he do?
He's a law student too, same year.
Does he know what's happened?
Yes. Look, I've got to see him even for a little while.
Yeah.
Can't cope without him.
I don't think there'll be any problem. Where does he live?
No, you mustn't contact him at home. Get him at the university or leave a message there for him, but not at his home.
Yeah, okay. Don't worry. Why?
It's Alan's father that doesn't like me.
Well, that's different. It's usually the mother.
That wouldn't worry me. I could handle a woman, not that pompous snob.
The usual thing? You're not good enough for his son?
Alan's tried to talk to him. He knows we're together, but it doesn't mean a thing to him. He just... Please get Alan for me, please.
Just leave it with me, hey? I'll have a talk with Jude when she gets back. All right?
Hi. Hey, Mrs. Morris, has there been any change in Lizzie's condition?
I'm afraid not, Bea. I called in to see her this morning. All the doctors tried to say all the right things, but she looked... Well, she's just not the same old Lizzie that we knew.
I feel so bloody helpless. I've always been able to do things for her in the past. Mrs. M, could you ask Mrs. Davidson if I could have permission to go and visit Lizzie?
Oh, that could be difficult, Bea.
I don't see why. With my parole so close, surely they couldn't consider me a risk. And maybe, just maybe, I could do something to help her.
All right, then I'll ask.
Thanks.
Apparently Lizzie's been mumbling something about a purse. Now, do you know anything about that?
Yeah, sure. I've got it safe. Silly old duffer.
Hey, listen, Bea. Don't worry about Lizzie. She'll be all right. Listen, if we get anything down the grapevine, we'll get it to you. Somehow.
Hello, Lawson. And that's that. Daddy seems to be getting in the way of true love.
Well, we're going to contact that friend of hers.
Alan? Oh, probably. She made such a fuss about it that I said I would. Well, I must say, this whole father-son-girlfriend story seems a bit obvious.
What do you mean?
Well, I got a funny feeling that dear Alan is Miss Hamilton's supplier.
You sure?
No. It's just one of those crazy theories we're paid to come up with.
Well, if it is a family row, we'll have to find out exactly what's happening from Sarah.
Yeah. Just what I feel like. A nice domestic squabble to brighten up my day.
Tony, what's the matter with you? You've been spitting nails ever since you came in today.
Yeah, well, I'm fed up with other people's problems. Even my sense of humour finds it hard to get up in the morning sometimes. I reckon we could run the Wailing Wall a close second. Sorry, Judy. It's just that I've got a few other things on my mind. See, what did I tell you? I'm starting to sound like one of my own clients.
Hey, come on. I've caught up with you. What's going on?
It's not my bloody fault. We've run out of sheets. Hey, Chrissy, you on strike or something?
I only wash them, I don't make them. I reckon Mouse has got lost between here and maternity.
Well, we can't do them if we haven't got them. Why don't we take a break? All those in favour say aye. Aye. All those against say no.
No. The noes have it. Unless someone wants to argue the matter.
Well, what are we supposed to do? We've run out of sheets and Mouse hasn't turned up with the laundry basket yet.
Mind you, we never had this problem with Lizzie around, did we? By the way, girls, where is she?
Oh, haven't you heard? She's in hospital.
Get out of it. I never even knew she was sick.
Yeah, some disease knocked her right off her feet.
It's the trouble with some germs. Got no respect for age.
Very good. No, I mean it. Kindergarten standard, of course, but a distinct improvement. Now, let me see if I understand the point you're trying to make. I take it I'm being blamed for Birdsworth's hospitalisation.
Oh, see, we're not the only ones improving.
Not that I need to explain, but if you're looking for someone to blame, then I suggest Gaffney is your logical choice.
Bull.
Oh, it has to be, ladies. You see, I was only doing my duty within the regulations. And if there's one thing I know, it's regulations. Mind you, when I find out who it was who attacked me, I might just have to bend a regulation or two.
Where the bloody hell have you been?
Give it a go. You don't rush back from eternity. The breeze from the basket will kill you.
Hi, love. Hello, Judy. Shall we go?
Yeah.
It's a bit early for lunch, isn't it?
Oh, for God's sake, look, don't start the time clock routine again, Judy.
Well, hang about. All I'm saying is
Look,
that
I
it's
know what you're saying, and we're not that far behind. All I'm doing is taking a lunch break, right?
Look, I'll be waiting in the car, Tony.
Yeah, okay, look, I won't be long.
Well, certainly glad your girlfriends don't pop in all the time if you're going to bite my head off the minute I open my mouth.
Come on, you're overstepping the mark, and you know it, Jude. Since I started this job, I have worked plenty of unpaid overtime, so don't hassle me just because I'm taking an early lunch break, okay?
That is not the point. You know that I appreciate all the work you've been doing here. All I'm saying is that your attitude to this house has changed since Melissa's arrived.
Yeah, you're right. Look, things have changed. Judy, I'm seriously thinking of leaving and going to Sydney with Melissa. She's got a good job there and she means a lot to me.
Well, when will you decide?
Well, I really don't know.
Well, we'll leave you to it, Miss Ferguson.
Oh, very good, Governor. Will you be at home in case I have to contact you?
Not for a couple of hours. Mrs. Morris and I are visiting Birdsworth.
Oh, good. Give her my regards, won't you?
Did you have any luck with that request of Bee's to visit Lizzie?
Yes, I was going to tell you about that. I don't understand their reasoning, but they want to wait till after the parole board meeting.
Oh, is that still happening tomorrow?
Yes.
It's not too bad then. Although why they would allow her out on a work release and not to visit Lizzie is beyond me.
The whole department is beyond me, but I shall be used to it by now. Don't forget your keys.
Good night. Night.
Good night.
Good night, Governor.
Can you believe that bitch? She was actually challenging us to have another go.
Well, she's an A-grade loony, that one. Well, she ought to be locked up in here.
Yeah, except it'd be my bleeding luck to end up in a cell with her.
Well, I'm going to take her up on that invitation. Nothing'd suit me better than to carve that smug look off her face.
Weren't you listening yesterday, Lawson? With rat bags like Ferguson, it's a no-win situation.
Sure, I heard you, but you were the only one running scared. Isn't that right, Chrissy?
I didn't say that. Not now, anyway.
What?
Margot's right. Take it from two girls who have been through it all. This one is a killer. Only in her case, she's wearing a uniform and she's memorised the old bloody rule book. Whatever she does, she's going to win.
Not if she's dead, she won't.
Now, you look here. I've got 18 more months in here before I'm free, and I'm not risking that on another bash at Ferguson. It's just not worth it.
And that's the truth of it. Grin and bear it.
Mrs. Powell? Heard any news about Lizzie?
Well, Mrs. Davidson and Mrs. Morris will see her tonight. You'll have news tomorrow.
Look, we're just a bit worried, that's all.
I know you're busy, but we'd all sleep a lot better if we knew.
Well, I'll phone the hospital. Let you know the latest when I come round again.
Thanks a lot.
Anyone there? Anyone there? Patty! Patty! Oh, God.
give me roses. I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down, but the sun and rain are prisoners too. When morning comes around, last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside, the roses grow. They don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too. When morning comes around.